You gave your word, one day the Son of Man would come. This song, "You Have Promised Good," was born out of Hebrews. If you've read Hebrews before, you know that this is a letter that's the author is writing to a group of Jewish Christians, and he's reminding them of their heritage, right? The stuff that they had grown up hearing and remembering, and he's showing, right, through all of God's promises that he made to these people and the ways that he was faithful to these people, that you would, like Moses, who in the Jewish faith is greater than Moses, right? He's the deliverer of God's people in the story in Exodus. Jesus is better. If we back out and we look at the Bible as a whole, which is the way it's meant to be looked at, then we see a God who has been working his promises out to fulfillment from the beginning of the earth. And the cross was not a surprise, right? Bringing us in as a part of his kingdom was not a surprise. He was intentional. It's a story about who God is, and it shows us who he is, and there's nothing greater that we can sing and remember together than who God is and his promises. Songwriting is a cool gift that God has, graciously allowed me to do, to where I get to take music and words and craft them in a way that is from my heart, but that other people resonate with. And so songwriting is storytelling. One of the good things that God has given us is music, and the reason why music is unique to a lot of different things is because we're able to remember things when we set that to music. There's also benefit in being able to sing as a group, right? As an individual singing, one voice is kind of usually a quiet thing, but you get 100 people singing together. And when we do this, we show the world around us that we believe the gospel, and that we're people who, by all means on paper and in our cultures, we should not be unified. But the gospel breaks down all these boundaries, and when we sing with one voice, what a beautiful picture of the gospel that we'll see from beginning to end, right? And for all eternity, we're going to be singing the praises of God with one voice and with one tongue, many nations, tribes, tongues, and people. And when we come around that and we recognize that God has created this person who has a different skill set than me, who even enjoys being creative in a different way than me. He created that person for the same purpose that he created me. And so what a beautiful thing it is to realize I don't have to be the puzzle piece that has this part of the flower on it, but I'm a part of a bigger picture. And I think it unifies us when we set those preferences down and realize that there is no better or worse, not just in America, right? Not even just in the world today. Throughout all of creative history, God is uniting his people under one voice, and it sounds different, but it's still one voice. And so I think there's a lot to that. And the more that we grasp that, the more that we hold on to that, I think the more that we are going to reflect the glory of the gospel, of the kingdom of God, to the world around us.